were circling the mountains at dawn. The fire was fading, the darkness was gone. We gathered our weapons and answered the call, prepared for the journey, prepared to give all. Our longships were waiting on cold silver seas, their dragon heads facing the merciless breeze. We raised every sail as the storm clouds appeared, for warriors of Odin have nothing to fear. Ravens over Valhalla carry our names across the dark ocean, through thunder and flame. If we fall in the battle, our spirits will rise. Ravens over Valhalla will cover the sky. We sailed through the night while the northern lights burned, and dreamed of the homes to which we would return. The stars were our compass, the wind was our guide, with brothers around us and gods at our side. We entered the forest where no sunlight shone, and followed the path through the ice-covered stone. The wolves called our names from the shadows of pine, but none left the road and none broke the line. Our enemies waited beyond the last hill. The valley fell silent, the cold air stood still. Our chieftain raised high his magnificent blade, then thousands of footsteps caused mountains to shake. The shields struck together, the battle horns cried. We charged through the snow like a merciless tide. When evening descended and fighting was done, our banner remained in the light of the sun. Now legends are carried from father to son, of seas we have crossed and the battles we won. And high over mountains where cold spirits fly, the ravens of Odin still circle the sky. Ravens over Valhalla carry our names across the dark ocean, through thunder and flame. Though centuries vanish and old kingdoms fall, the songs of the Vikings will outlive them all. We met by the fire before morning light, with shields at our feet and our axes held tight. The chieftain stood watching the flames rise higher, then called every warrior to swear by the fire. We placed all our weapons upon the cold stone, and promised that no one would ever fight alone. Through hunger and winter darkness and pain. We swore to defend our ancestral domain. This is our oath of iron and flame. Together we rise, together remain. Through thunder and snow, wherever we roam, we fight for the North, our people and home. We sail down the river as daylight appears, with ravens above us and no trace of fear. The mountain reflected on dark silver waves, while drums call the fearless, the loyal and brave. We enter the forest where ancient stones stood, and follow the wolves through the snow-covered wood. The wind carried voices from ages before, of kings who had fallen and warriors of war. Beyond the last mountain our enemies came. Their banners were countless, their arrows like rain. We locked all our shields and refused to retreat, as thunder and iron together would meet. Our line never faltered, our courage held true. We fought like the storm as the northern wind blew. At sunset our banner still stood on the plain, while victory echoed through forest and rain. We returned to the fire where our journey began. Every woman beside us, each child and each man. We lifted our weapons and honored the brave. The oath that we carried was stronger than fate. This is our oath of iron and flame. Together we rise, together remain. Through thunder and snow, wherever we roam, we fight for the North, our people and home. Lay sleeping beneath the pale moon, but out on the mountain the storm gathered soon. A watchman saw banners appear through the snow, then raised up the war horn and started to blow. The warriors awakened and ran to the hall. They gathered their weapons and answered the call. The blacksmith brought axes still warm from the flame, while every shield carried its family name. When the war calls, we rise like northern thunder through the skies. Side by side we face the night. For home and blood we stand and fight. The shield maidens join them with fire in chieftain walked forward and lifted his sword, then swore that no enemy would cross the fjord. They marched through the forest before the sunrise, with ravens and storm clouds above in the skies. The snow gently covered the old mountain road, but none of the warriors abandoned the road. They stood by the river in one mighty line, their axes and spearheads beginning to shine. The enemy charged as the first daylight came, but Viking stood firm in the snow and the rain. The shield wall held strong through the thunder of war, until their attackers could fight them no more. The northern flag rose as the storm drifted on, and victory came with the light of the dawn. That night in the longhouse the old horn was still, but songs of the battle rolled over the hills. And whenever its powerful voice fills the air, the warriors of North will assemble again. When the war horn calls, we rise like northern thunder through the skies. Side by side we face the night, for home and blood we stand and fight. Under the green fire that danced in the sky, our longships were waiting as midnight passed by. The sea lay like iron, the mountains were white. We sailed from our homeland beneath northern lights. The wind filled our sails with a cold ancient song. The stars showed the path as we journeyed along, with axes beside us and shields painted red. We followed the ravens that circled ahead. Under the northern lights we sail, through frozen seas and winter gales. The gods above will guide us home. No Viking heart will stand alone. A storm found our longships far out on the sea. The waves rose like mountains, wild and free. We pulled on the oars as the black heavens roared, and shouted together to strengthen the storm. At dawn we discovered a strange distant shore, with dark ancient forests and high cliffs of stone. We stepped from the longships with weapons in hand, and carried our banners across the new land. At night by the fire beneath whispering trees, we sang of our homeland beyond the dark sea. When spring touched the valley and winter was gone, we turned all our longships again toward the dawn. The ocean grew peaceful, the strong wind was kind, as distant new countries disappeared behind. At last our old village appeared through the mist. The children were waiting along the river cliffs. Above us the heavens burn green, gold and white, welcoming warriors beneath northern lights. Under the northern lights we sail through frozen seas and winter gaze. The gods above will guide us home. No Viking heart will stand alone. The sun disappeared behind mountains of gray as thousands of footsteps came over the plain. The warriors gathered beside the old hall, prepared to defend with the last shield wall. The chieftain stood forward with frost in his beard. His voice carried strength and his eyes showed no fear. Stand close to your brothers, let no weapon fall. Tonight we survive as one mighty wall. Shield to shield, side by side, we stand together against the tide. Let thunder break and kingdoms fall. No force can break were ready, the spearheads were bright, the banners were raised in the cold fading light. The shield maiden stood with the warriors in line, while ravens flew over the dark northern sky. The enemy charged as the war drums were played, but none of the Vikings moved back or betrayed. The shield struck together, the whole valley shook, as every brave warrior remembered his oath. The storm brought the thunder, the rain and the wind, but still the great shield wall refused to give in. They fought for their children, their river and land, with courage and iron in every strong hand. At dawn the dark army withdrew from the field, defeated by warriors who never would yield. The chieftain raised proudly the flag of the north, and called every brother and sister to come forth. Now stones mark the place where the brave warrior stood, beside the cold river and ancient pine wood. And every new winter the old skulls recall the night that was saved by the last shield wall.
Shield to shield, side by side, we stand together against the tide. Let thunder break and kingdoms fall. No force can break the final shield wall. Shield to shield, side by side, we stand together against the tide. Let thunder break and kingdoms fall. No force can break the final shield wall.
Longships stood ready before the first light. We carried our weapons and stepped from the shore to search for a kingdom unseen before. The cold ocean opened beneath every oar, while ice-covered mountains disappeared from the shore. The chieftain stood watching the dark waves ahead as ravens flew over the sails painted red. Beyond the frozen sea we go, through northern wind and falling snow. No storm can make our courage flee. Our fate awaits beyond the sea. For 7 long nights we sail through the rain. The thunder above us called out every name. The waves struck our longships with terrible might, but stars through the darkness continue to shine. At dawn we discovered a coastline of stone, a land of tall forest where no fires had shone. We carried our banners across the cold sand, the first northern warriors to enter that land. We built a great fire beneath ancient trees and listened to whispers that moved with the breeze. The wolves watched in silence from shadows nearby, while strange constellations appeared in the sky. We raised a new village beside a clear stream, with wooden halls shining beneath golden beams. Our ships rested proudly along wild waters through sunlight and shade, and maps bear the mark of the brave and the free, who found a new homeland beyond the frozen sea. Beyond the frozen sea we go, through northern wind and falling snow. No storm can make our courage flee. Our fate awaits beyond the sea. Beyond the frozen sea we go, through northern wind and falling snow. No storm can make our courage flee. Our fate awaits beyond the sea. Beneath the sky of gray, a Viking chieftain waited for the coming day. The winter wind surrounded his solitary throne, while ancient runes were sleeping underneath the stone. A cloak of wolf fur covered the armor on his chest. His axe bore many symbols, his shield a raven's crest. He watched the winding river and longships far below. The northern land he guarded beneath a crown of snow. Crown of snow, heart of flame. Every mountain knows his name. Through the storm his banner flies, king of earth and frozen sky. At dawn his loyal warriors climb the mountain trail, with shields upon their shoulders, through cold and bitter gales. They gathered all around him and waited for his word, while high above the But while these mountains shelter the people we defend, we stand as one together until the bitter end. The army crossed the forest and reached the river shore. Their banners rose like shadows as battle thunder roared. The king raised up his weapon and led the warriors on. They charged beneath the snowfall before the light was gone. By sunset they were standing victorious on the field. Their enemies had vanished, their homeland had been healed. The king looked toward the mountain where golden sunlight glowed, then raised the flag of victory above the melting snow. Now every northern winter, when storms begin to rise, the people see his spirit among the frozen skies. And on the highest mountain, where ancient cold winds blow, the Viking king still watches beneath his crown of snow. Crown of snow, heart of flame, every mountain knows his name. Through the ages banners rise, king of earth and frozen skies. The drums of Midgard echoed at the breaking of the day. Across the frozen mountains and the waters of the bay, the warriors left their longhouse and gathered by the shore. For every rolling heartbeat was calling them to war. The blacksmith raised a hammer, the sparks began to fly. The shield maidens tied their armor beneath the winter sky. The chieftain wore a bearskin and carried an axe of stone, then promised every warrior they would not fight alone. Hear the drums of Midgard sound, feel the thunder shake the ground. Raise your axes, form the line, tonight our fate and fire combine. They marched beside the river while snow fell soft and slow. The dark Scandinavian peaks stood silent far below. Their banners showed the raven, their shields were painted black, and none among the warriors would ever turn his back. They reached the ancient forest as daylight disappeared, but shadows held no danger and darkness brought no fear. They built a fire together beneath the tallest pine, then spoke about their homeland and drank the northern wine. At dawn the enemy waited beyond a frozen field. The Vikings formed a strong line and lifted every shield. The drums became like thunder, the battle horns replied. The chieftain raised his weapon and led the northern tide. They fought through snow and fire until the sun was low. Their shield wall stayed unbroken against the strongest foe. When silence filled the valley, their banners still remain above the field of victory, beneath the falling rain. The drums returned in triumph along the river road. The warriors carried glory and stories back toward home. And every time their rhythm rolls over sea and land, the fearless sons of Midgard together rise and stand.
Hear the drums of Midgard sound, feel the thunder shake the ground. Raise your axes, form the line, forever shall our courage shine. Forever shall our courage shine.
The mist-covered mountains, the river ran cold as warriors gathered, both fearless and bold. Their gray cloaks were moving like wolves in the storm, while longships were waiting to carry them forth. The chieftain stood ready with axe in his hand. A silver wolf symbol was carved in its blade. He called to his brothers, remember your home. Together we conquer, divided we fall.
We are the wolves of the fjord, brothers of shield as one and fear no death.
They sail down the river beneath a gray sky, with shields on the longships and ravens nearby. The wind carried voices of warriors before, who traveled the same road in seasons of war. They entered the forest and followed the trail, while snow touched their armor like dust from the gale. At night distant wolves raised a powerful cry. The Vikings replied as the flames reached the sky. At dawn they stood facing an army of steel, but none of the warriors would bow or would kneel. They formed into lines with their shields side by side, then charged like a pack through the cold morning light. The fighting was over before the sun fell. The sound of their victory crossed every hill. The chieftain raised proudly the flag of the north, and led all his warriors back toward the fjord. Now whenever wolves howl beneath the full moon, the people remember that warriors return. Their names live forever in legend and song. The wolves of the fjord, united and strong.
We are the wolves of the fjord, brothers of shield and sword. Through rain, through fire, through winter's breath, we stand as one and fear no death. That we wolves of the fjord, brothers of shield and sword. Through rain, through fire, through winter's breath,
We stand as one and fear no death. Before the first sunrise, the blacksmith awoke. His furnace burned brightly beneath clouds of smoke. He lifted his hammer and struck iron again, forging the weapons for brave northern men. The sparks flew like stars through the cold morning air, as warriors assembled and waited outside. Each axe carried symbols, each sword bore a name, all born from the iron, the hammer and flame. Hammer and flame, iron and stone, we fight for the land that we call our own. Raise every weapon and honor the name. We are the children of hammer and flame. The chieftain came forward in armor of hide, with two loyal shield maidens close by his side. He lifted lifted his weapon and called to them all to protect our people. We answer the call. They marched through the forest as light snowflakes fell, while ravens above them flew over the hills. The river beside them reflected the sky, and longships moved silently, passing them by. Beyond the tall mountain, the enemy stood, prepared to advance through the dark northern wood. The Vikings locked shields as the battle drums played, and charged through the valley with newly forged blades. The iron held strongly, the shield wall stood tall. The enemy scattered, abandoning all. The warriors returned as the sunset became as red as the sparks from the blacksmith's great flame. That night in the longhouse they honored his art, for every strong weapon had carried his heart. The blacksmith stood silently, proud of his name, the master of iron, the hammer and flame. Hammer and flame, iron and stone, we fight for the land that we call our own. Raise every weapon and honor the name. We are the children of hammer and flame. A black raven banner rose over the bay as warrior prepared unto the dawning of day. The cold river carried the longships along, while all struck a water in rhythm and song. The chieftain stood proudly upon the frontier, with frost in his beard and an axe at his head. He watched the dark mountains disappear through the rain, and swore they would see their homeland again. Raise the raven banner high, let its shadow cross the sky. Through the storm and through the flame, the North remembers every name. Raise the raven banner high, let its shadow cross and rivers of home. The lightning revealed a new shore in the night, with enemy fires on the cliffs burning river. The Vikings stepped silently onto the cold sand, with axes and shields in each battle-worn hand. They moved through the darkness in one steady line, while ravens kept circling above the tall pines. At sunrise the war horns awakened the shore. The shields struck together, the northern men roared. The chieftain ran forward beneath a black sign, and led every warrior into the fight. When evening arrived, all the fighting was done. The flag moved in the light of the sun. The warriors gathered and lifted their blades, then honored the courage that victory gave. They sailed back to Norway beneath peaceful skies, the raven still watching with bright silver eyes. And high in the village above the great hall, the banner now flies as a symbol to all. Raise the raven banner high, let its shadow cross the sky. Through the storm and through the flame, the North remembers every name. Raise the raven banner high, let its shadow cross the sky. Through the storm and through the flame, the North remembers every name. Beyond the tall mountains, beside the cold stream, a village awakened beneath golden beams. The smoke from the longhouses rose through the air, while children ran laughing without any care. But far on the river, dark sails could be seen, like shadows approaching through forests of green. The watchmen raised loudly the old battle horn, and warriors assembled that cold winter morn. This is the home of the brave, the land our ancestors gave. Raise every shield, let every horn sound. We stand for our sacred northern ground. The chieftain walked forward with axe in his hand, and promised his people they never would bend. The shield maidens joined him in armor and fur, prepared to defend every child in the world. wall across the old road. The enemy landed and started to run, but Vikings stood firm in the light of the sun. The axes struck shields and the battle drums cried. The river grew restless beneath the dark sky. The warriors fought with the strength of the storm, protecting their families, their village and home. At sunset the enemy sailed far away. Their ships disappeared in the mist of the bay. The northern flag rose over mountain and field, a symbol of warriors who never would yield. That night in the longhouse the great fires burned. The warriors rejoiced as their loved ones returned, and songs filled the valley until morning came. Forever their homeland, forever the brave. This is the home of the brave, the land our ancestors gave. Raise every shield, let every horn sound. We stand for our sacred northern ground. He came to the world on a night without stars, while thunder rolled over the mountains as far. The wind shook the longhouse, the wild ocean roared, and ravens flew over the ice-covered fjord. He grew with the winter, the iron and flame. The elders all whispered that Stormborn was his name. How to carry the shield and the blade, and never forgot every promise he made.
Stormborn, rise with the rain, carry the thunder inside your veins. Stand like the mountain, strike like the sea. The heart of the north will always be free.
He sailed on a longship beyond the gray shore, through waves that have broken great warriors before. He stood at the prow with his axe lifted high, and challenged the lightning that split open the sky. He crossed ancient forests and rivers of ice, with loyal companions who marched by his side. The wolves followed closely but never attacked, as if they could sense that the storm had come back. Beyond the last valley an enemy stood, preparing to march through the old northern wood. Stormborn raised his banner and formed every line, then charged through the snowfall before morning light. The storm grew around him, the dark heavens roared, as thunder and iron struck shield, axe and sword. When sunlight returned, he still stood on the plain, his banner victorious above snow and rain. Now whenever thunder rolls over the bay, the people remember that legendary day. They raise every drinking horn proudly and sing. The stormborn still watches where northern winds ring. Stormborn, rise with the rain, carry the thunder inside your veins. Stand like the mountain, strike like the sea. The heart of the north will always be free. Stormborn, rise with the rain, carry the thunder inside your veins. Stand like the mountain, strike like the sea. The heart of the north will always be free. Beyond the tide, beyond the day, beyond the day, beyond the day, beyond the dark forest, above the cold plain, a throne carved from granite stood covered in rain. No crown rested on it, no king had remained, since war took the ruler whose blood marked the stone. Beyond the day, beyond the day, a warrior returned from the far eastern shore. His armor was broken, his cloak stained by war. He carried the old king's magnificent sword and followed the river back home to the north.
Oh, rise to the frozen throne, claim the land that is your own. Through ice and fire, blood and stone, the north will never stand alone.
The people came forward from villages near. Their faces held sorrow, but no longer fear. The elders approached him beneath falling snow and asked him to lead where the cold rivers flow.
He climbed up the mountain with warriors behind, through forests of shadow and merciless wind. At last he discovered the old granite chair, while ravens flew circles in cold mountain air.
He placed down his axe and raised the king's blade, then promised his people their homes would be saved. The warriors struck shields and shouted his name as torches around him erupted in flame. When enemies gathered beyond the dark hill, the new king stood ready, determined and still. He led the shield wall through the snow-covered field and returned with a victory no song could conceal. Now high on the mountain, where strong north winds moan, a brave Viking ruler commands from the throne. As long as his banner flies over the stone, the people of North will not stand alone.
Rise to the frozen throne, claim the land that is your own. Through ice and fire, blood and stone, the North will never stand alone. Rise to the frozen throne, claim the land that is your own. Through ice and fire, blood and stone, the North will never stand alone.
The moon hid its face as we sailed from the bay. No torches were burning to show us the way. Only the stars and the cold ocean spray followed our longships till night became gray. The oars struck the water in one steady sound, while fog like a spirit moved silently around. The chieftain stood watching the darkness ahead, with ravens embroidered on sails painted red. A storm rose behind us with thunder and rain. The waves struck our shields again and again, but every strong warrior continued to roll through winds from the mountains and merciless snow. At sunrise we entered a narrow dark fjord, with cliffs rising high like the walls of the gods. A village stood waiting beside the cold shore, its people surrounded by armies of war. We leapt from the longships with axes held high. Our battle horns echoed beneath gray sky. The shield wall moved forward, unbroken and strong, while every brave warrior sang the same song. By evening the village was peaceful again. The fires were burning through mist and light rain. The people brought food to the warriors ashore and thanked them for answering their call in the storm. That night we departed beneath silver stars. Our longships soon vanished like shadows afar. The villagers listened from cliffs cold and stark to the fading old rhythm of oars in the dark. Oars in the dark carry us on through the cold night until the dawn. No fear in our hearts, no turning around. We follow the sea and its ancient sound. Between the high mountains where cold rivers run, a valley lay sleeping beneath the pale sun. The ruins of warriors stood silent and lone, forgotten by time in the valley of stone. A band of young Vikings came down from the hill. Their axes were ready, their footsteps were still. They followed old markings carved deep in the ground and searched for the king whose crown was not found. Valley of stone, valley of Rhea, awake to the sound of the warhammer ring through winter and darkness. Wherever we roam, the spirits will guide every warrior home. A temple beneath ancient trees, where runes covered pillars and moved with the breeze. A sword lay in silence upon a stone chair, protected by shadows and cold mountain air. The chieftain reached forward and lifted the blade. The steel caught the sunlight that entered the shade. The thunder awakened, the dark ravens cried, while warriors gathered and stood by his side. Beyond the old valley, an enemy came with torches held high and their their banners in flame. The Vikings form lines at the foot of the hill, determined to fight with unbreakable will. The sword of the old king shone bright through the rain as Vikings defended the mountain domain. At sunset the enemy turned from the fight and vanished forever into the night. Now fires are burning where ruins once stood. New longhouses rise near the river and wood, and songs fill the valley where cold winds have blown. The warriors return to the valley of stone, valley of stone, valley of kings. Awake to the sound of the war hammers ring through winter and darkness. Wherever we roam, the spirits will guide every warrior home. The sun rose over mountains of stone. We stood by the river, far from our home. Our shields bore the scars of the battles before, but still we were ready to march into war. The chieftain stood silent with axe in his hand. His black banner flew over snow-covered land. He looked at his warriors and lifted his blade. We answered with thunder that never would fade. We are the blood of the North, born where the cold winds roll, with ire inside our heart. We rise smoke slowly faded, the fighting was done. Our banner stood proudly beneath the red sun. We honored the fallen and gathered once more, then followed the river back home to the shore. Whoa. Stand tall. We are the blood of the North, born where the cold winds roar, with iron inside our hearts. We rise and we fight once more.
Beyond the gray horizon, beneath the morning star, the dragon ships are sailing from distant lands afar. Their sails are torn by thunder, their shields are marked by war, but every oar keeps beating toward the northern shore. The village fires are burning beside the frozen bay. The people watch the ocean and wait for break of day. Then ravens cross the heavens, and from the coastal mist, the shadows of the longships appear like ancient myths. The dragon ships return, let every fire burn. Raise the horns and sound the drums, the sons of thunder have come home. The chieftain stands in silence upon the leading prow. A cloak of black fur covers his battle-weary brow. He holds the flag of victory against the northern sky, while warriors behind him raise their axes high. They step into the river and march toward the land, with shields upon their shoulders and weapons in their hands. Their families run to meet them beneath the falling snow, as songs of celebration across the valley flow. Inside the wooden longhouse, the golden fires rise. The warriors share their stories beneath the smoky skies. They speak about the mountains, the forests and the rain,
The brothers they remember who will not return again. The scale begins his singing, the war drum slowly sound. The children sit in wonder as night falls all around. He sings about the courage that carried them so far, across the raging ocean, beneath the northern stars. Dawn awakens above the peaceful foam. The dragon ships lie silent beside their northern home, until the gods call loudly and storm clouds start to form. The warriors will be waiting to sail into the storm. The dragon ships return, let every fire burn. Raise the horns and sound the drums, the sons of thunder have come home. The dragon ships return, let every fire burn. Raise the horns and sound the drums, the sons of thunder have come home. Came from the mountains where cold rivers flow, with ice in her eyes and her footprints in snow. A shield on her shoulder, an axe in her hand. She walked with the warriors who guarded the land. Her long braided hair danced like fire in the wind. She carried the strength of her ancestors within. The ravens flew over her path through the pine, while ancient runes on her armor would shine. Daughter of the winter eye, raise your weapon to the sky. Through the darkness, through the flame, all the North will know your name. She stood by the river beneath falling rain, remembering the village she promised to save. The enemy banners appeared through the mist. She tightened her armor and lifted her fist. The shield wall assembled along the cold plain. The warriors stood ready through snow and through rain. She raised up a battle axe, fearless and proud, and called to her people with a voice fierce and loud. Whoa. They charged through the valley like wolves in the night, their shields locked together, their axes held high. She fought at the front where the battle was strong, and gave every warrior the courage to go on. When silence returned and the smoke disappeared, Her banner still stood and her people all cheered. The chieftain approached her and lowered his blade, then honored the shield maiden, fearless and brave. Now songs of her courage are heard through the snow, where dark northern forests and frozen winds blow, and every young warrior remembers her name, the daughter of winter who conquered the flame. Daughter of the winter, raise your weapon to the sky. Fly. A warrior stood beneath the darkening sky. His cloak moved like thunder, his axe caught the light. The king of the north watched the coming of night. Far down in the valley, the long river shone, with dragon ships sailing toward their northern home. The fires of the village burned bright by the shore, while warriors returned from the kingdom of war. Hail to the mountain king, let every shield and weapon ring, from frozen rivers to the northern sea. His name will live eternally. With snow in his hair, a circle of warriors was waiting for him there. They lowered their weapons and gathered around, while ravens flew silently without making a sound. The king raised his axe and looked into their eyes. Tomorrow we march before the sunrise. We fight for our children, our rivers and land, and none shall surrender while together we stand. At dawn the great army moved into the field, with axes held ready and rows of strong shields. The drum shook the valley, the battle horns cried. The king led his warriors with fire in his eyes. When evening descended, their enemies fled. The northern flag waved through the sunset of red. The king stood victorious upon the high ground, while thousands of warriors celebrated around. king. As long as the river flows into the sea, his courage and glory will never cease to be. Eternally, hail to the mountain king. Let every shield and weapon ring. From frozen rivers to the northern sea, his name will live eternally. Before the eastern sky awakens, darkness wraps the northern earth. The snow lies deep upon the cliffs where ancient sentinels still watch. A frozen river mirrors stars that slowly fade into the dawn. High above the silent valley, ravens circle without sound. Their wings cut slowly through the mist like shadows carved from night itself. The forest listens with unmoving branches heavy under winter's breath. Far below the warriors gather beside a circle of glowing fire. No voice disturbs the sacred silence that belongs to coming battle. Hand rests gently on worn shields, polished by forgotten generations. The wind carries the scent of pine, ash and cold iron together. The ravens know the hour has come. Hall opens toward the snow where banners greet the morning wind. The king steps forward without haste, his eyes reflecting countless winters. Behind him walks the faithful clan whose oath has never once been broken. The dragon standards rise like ancient trees above determined hearts. The wolves answer softly from unseen ridges hidden beyond the mist. The old scout sings beneath his breath a melody older than kingdom. Each verse grows deeper than the last, settling inside every soul. The mountains answer with slow echoes rolling through frozen valleys. The warriors breathe together as though sharing only one great heart. No fear survives where brotherhood becomes stronger than life itself. The march begins in silence. The battlefield waits beneath gray clouds that refuse to leave the sky. The shield wall forms with measured grace like cliffs above the northern sea. Every spear points toward tomorrow while every shield protects yesterday. The ravens descend a little lower, circling through the rising wind. The drums awaken underneath the earth like sleeping thunder stirred. No reckless cry escapes the line, only patient strength remains. The enemy advances through the snow beneath uncertain nights. The sons of North remain unmoved like mountains shaped by endless storms. Every heartbeat grows into a rhythm older than memory itself. The silence before the clash becomes more powerful than battle. The ravens never look away.
We all in mud. We all in mud. We all in mud. We all in mud.
Steel awakens beneath pale light, with echo shaking frozen hills. Axes sweep through drifting snow like comets crossing winter skies. The shield wall breathes as one great soul, refusing every breaking wave. The wolves answer from distant forests where ancient spirits quietly wait. The ravens ride the smoke above while sparks become wandering stars. No warrior reaches for his own glory before protecting his brother. The mountains witness every promise kept beneath the storm. The rivers carry broken spears toward seas that never sleep. The northern wind refuses silence until victory has found its place. The battle slowly transforms into another immortal legend. The North remains unshaken. Across the land with silver snow and quiet stars, the ravens disappear beyond the cliffs where darkness guards the sky. The wolves return to hidden forests beneath whispering ancient pines. The great hall shines once more with warm golden fire and song. The skald remembers every name carried home by faithful hearts. Children close their eyes while dreaming of dragon ships and northern seas. The elders smile into the flames that have outlived countless kings. The mountains remain standing beyond the reach of passing ages. Tomorrow another horn shall sound across the frozen valleys. When the ravens circle, the north will always answer. Its spirit cannot fade. Morning rises slowly over waters calm as polished northern stone. The harbor sleeps beneath thin mist where dragon ships quietly wait. Their weathered hulls remember storms no living sailor still recalls. The sea breathes softly against the shore like an ancient guardian. Above the mast the ravens glide beneath pale silver clouds. The warriors arrive without a word, carrying shields worn by time. Each hand touches rough carved timber before stepping onto the deck. The smell of salt and pine embraces every waiting soul. The horizon stretches endlessly beyond the reach of mortal eyes. The ocean seems to whisper names forgotten by the world. The voyage calls once more. Descend together with a rhythm slower than the wind. The dragon ships awaken gently and begin their endless journey. The mountains fade behind soft mist while open water fills the world. No brother watches toward the shore, all eyes remain ahead. The waves grow larger with each mile beyond familiar northern cliffs. The sea begins its ancient trial, known only by fearless hearts. Cold spray covers weathered faces marked by countless winters past. Still every stroke remains unbroken beneath the captain's steady gaze. The ravens follow high above until even they become distant shadows. The sea accepts only those who refuse surrender. Its lesson has no end. The storm arrives without warning beneath the sky of blackened clouds. Lightning tears the heavens open above roaring mountain waves. The dragon ships climb walls of water before plunging into darkness. The wind screams through tightened ropes with voices older than mankind. Every sailor grips the oar while trusting those beside him. No prayer asks for easier seas, only stronger hearts. The captain stands unmoving against the fury of the gale. The wolves seem to howl through the wind, though no land can be seen. Every heartbeat becomes another anchor, holding courage firm. The sea cannot conquer those already united within the storm, slowly bow. Clouds begin to break above a distant foreign coast. Golden light touches the dragon heads carved upon each proud bow. The warriors rise together while the battle horn greets the shore. The banners climb into the wind before the anchors touch the sand. The shield wall forms upon the beach with quiet northern discipline. The sea continues singing softly behind the waiting ranks. The ravens return from distant skies to circle overhead once more. Every wave carries echoes of the homeland left behind. No fear remains within the hearts shaped by endless oceans. The sea itself has forged these warriors stronger than stone. Victory walks beside them. When the voyage finally ends beneath familiar mountain peaks, The dragon ships return once more to the harbor of their fathers. Children race beside the shore while fires welcome every sail. The great hall fills with songs carried across 100 seas. Old sailors rest beside warm flames, remembering storms now turn to legend. The Skald lifts his voice while drinking horns reflect the firelight. Outside the tide continues rising just as it always has. The mountains watch in silent pride beyond the sleeping forest. Tomorrow the sea will call again with the same eternal voice. The sea knows our names and never forgets them. Neither shall the North.
The thunder waves, our ancient longships are cutting the waves. The wind of the north calls us into the night, where fearless hearts will discover their might. Through storms and through darkness, through cold ocean spray, we carry our banners and sail on our way. The ravens on shields and the ice in our eyes, our homeland behind us, ahead foreign skies. Raise up our banner, let it touch the sky. The gods will remember our battle cry. As long as the iron of our axes sings, the heart of a Viking lives on through the winds. We climb to the summit of snow-covered stone and watch the great rivers and valleys below. Our longships were waiting where cold waters run, while ravens above us flew into the sun. A fire was burning beside the dark wood. The brothers sat silently just as they should. The old skald was singing of warriors before, whose names would live on through the legends of war. At dawn we assembled in one mighty line, with axes and shields bearing symbols divine. Our chieftain raised iron and gave out a cry. The snow left the branches, the birds filled the sky. The battle was over, the smoke drifted away. Our victorious longships returned through the grey. We lifted our banner above the cold shore, and voices of Vikings rose proudly once more. When fires have faded and centuries pass, our names will remain like the marks carved in glass. As long as the waves strike the cold northern stones, the north will remember and sing of its own. Raise up our banner, let it touch the sky. The gods will remember our battle
The glory of Vikings will rise once again.
Raise up our banner, let it touch the sky. The gods will remember our battle cry. Through thunder and fire, our voices remain.
The glory of Vikings will rise once again. The morning was silent, the water was gray. Our ships left the harbor before break of day. The mountains stood watching the cold ravens cry, as sons of the storm raised their oars with pride. Filled our sails as the northern sea roared. Each warrior carried his shield and his sword. No fear in our voices, no doubt in our eyes. We followed the thunder beneath frozen skies.
Row, brothers, row through the darkness and rain, through fire and thunder, through sorrow and pain. Raise every shield and let every horn sound. The sons of the storm will never bow down. We crossed through the forest where ancient trees grew, while snow touched our armor and cold rivers flew. Our chieftain walked onward with axe in his hand and led us together toward enemy land. At night by the fire we gathered around. The song of our ancestors rose from the ground. We promised our brothers whatever may come, we all would return or be carried back home. At dawn we stood ready in one mighty line. Our axes were raised as the first sunlight shined. The banners were dancing, the war drums began, and over the valley our battle cry ran. The battle was fierce, but our courage held strong. We fought for our people, our homeland and song. When silence returned and the enemy fled, our banners still flew through the cold sky of red. Now longships are sailing back into the bay. The fires of our village are guiding the way. And whenever the thunder rolls over the foam, the sons of the storm will remember their home. Row, brothers, row through the darkness and rain, through fire and thunder, through sorrow and pain. Raise every shield and let every horn sound.
The sons of the storm will never bow down.